matchups. Tonight, it will be a much tougher game for both schools. These two teams have played two very hard-fought games, very close games.
Yeah.
In fact, one of them went overtime, the game at St. Leo.
Yep.
And at home, Tampa blew a 12-point halftime lead. It was tied to go into the fourth quarter. We expect a tremendous basketball game here tonight.
No doubt about it. But as you said, both teams had easy roads to first round to get to this point. Tampa with a 40-point win on Tuesday, and just a blowout win over Florida Tech in that ball game. It was just not even close. It was close after the first quarter. It was 22-17 at the quarter, and that was it.
Yeah, the Spartans looked really, really good. Bouncing back, the previous game on their home floor here was a regular season. Their last
I
regular.
take it back. It was Embry-Riddle.
I was going to say it wasn't Florida Tech, but I was going to get to that. But yeah. But bottom line was they looked much better after losing and playing sort of poorly on senior night against Florida Southern. Florida Southern came in and really dominated that game and won 56-51, taking Tampa out of its game entirely. They looked much better in the last game. Meantime, at St. Leo, the Lions were basically, it was a 20-point game all the way through, and the freshman of the year in the Sunshine State Conference, Amanda Orach, had a 34-point game in leading that team to victory against Nova Southeastern. She had scored a career-high 40.
So it was her second-best effort of the week.
Yeah, second-best effort of the week. The last 5 games, Jack, Amanda Orach is averaging 29.2 points a game.
Wow.
She's playing at a very high level right now. She leads the Lions in assists. She leads them in steals. She leads them in scoring at 17.3 points a game for all the games played to this point, all 29. But what we have tonight is the stars on display. The Sunshine State Conference, they gave out 5 awards today. The Player of the Year, Tampa's Doreen Hugs. The Defensive Player of the Year, Alani Gallagher of St. Leo. The Newcomer of the Year, LaShayla Wright-Ponder of Tampa. The Freshman of the Year, Amanda Orach of St. Leo. And the Coach of the Year, Tom Jesse of Tampa. And I think you could also make, and again, congratulations to all of them, and also second teamer Melia Sullivan of Tampa made all conference as well. But you could also say Anthony Crescito could have been in the hunt for Coach of the Year because his team posted its best ever record in his 4 years and the school's best record, 10-10 in conference play. 10 wins was the most they've ever had, and then by winning their first round game, they're into the Final Four of the Sunshine State Conference Tournament. Anthony Crescito, Tom Jesse, 2 intense competitors, and it's going to be a heck of a game tonight in the coaching and in the playing.
You know what? I don't know if anybody can see it, but one thing I mentioned about Tom Jesse, he and his daughter have a special relationship. I look over to the right, Anthony Crescito, his daughter. Special relationship.
Yeah, very nice. And we'll be talking a little bit about his family connection as we get going along into the game as well.
We went to the young end of the connection.
Yes.
First, our national anthem, then the starting lineups. Drum Fulton with the national anthem.
I wonder, was he a music major back in the day? He is a terrific
I know he sings in
talent.
choirs and things, too. And
yeah, very nice.
The national anthem a bunch of times. He's the facilities manager for the athletic department, or facilities director for the University of Tampa Athletic Department.
He proved tonight, once again, that he can do it all.
Yes. All right, let's get you the starting lineups for today's game. For St. Leo, coming in with a 15-14 record. Number 00, the aforementioned freshman of the year, Amanda Ulrich, 5'7" guard from Secaucus, New Jersey. Number 10 is Casey O'Shaughnessy, a freshman, 5'7" guard from Brooklyn, New York. Number 22 is Alex Button, and she is a sophomore, a 5'10" guard from Cohocton, New York. Number 23 is Alani Gallagher. She is a 6'1" forward from Vestal, New York. At number 33 is Gina Brierly, a 5'7" senior from Manchester, England. One thing you may notice when I read off the starting lineups, they're not a tall team. You're going to see basically 4 or 5 guards out there trying to run the heck out of the Tampa Spartans in this game. They are coached by Anthony Cressito, and the assistant coaches are Tish Johnson and Sabrina Whiting. For the Tampa Spartans, number 3, Julia Ingram, a 5'9" junior from Clearwater, Palm Harbor University High School. Number 12 is Chris Nelson, a 5'4" senior guard, the only senior on the squad. She is from Augusta, Georgia, by way of Temple College in Texas. Number 13, the Conference Player of the Year, Doreen Hugs, a forward at 6'2", a junior from Hungary, played at the University of South Florida before transferring here. Number 23, LaShayla Wright-Ponder, first team all-conference, a 6-foot junior from Bloomington, Minnesota, by way of Hampton University and the University of South Dakota. And number 24, Melia Sullivan, a 5'11" sophomore guard from Bartow, Florida, Winter Haven High School. Spartans are coached by Tom Jesse, associate head coach Caitlin Mitrick, and the graduate assistant is Belle Bistro.
Well, this is a game that we kind of saw possibly coming because St. Leo has played very, very well all season. They could have very easily been a 20-win team by this point. They've had a lot of close games that they ended up just falling short. For instance, that overtime game against Tampa in St. Leo. And so Anthony Cressito said, we could have already maybe locked up an NCAA possible berth, but we're playing for our lives tonight. A lot of people will say you're the underdog, go play.
House money, all that stuff.
House money, it's carefree. He goes, that's not true. We have everything to lose tonight. We are trying to get to the NCAA tournament, and we have to win today and again Sunday to get there.
Gallagher gets the tip. And that is Amanda Ulrich. She likes to hunt for her shot, gets to the free throw line a lot.
And she's a great three-point shooter. Alex Button, though, number 22, is the best three-point shooter on the team in terms of percentage and volume.
And you know what? I'm really glad to see it's going to be noisy in here tonight.
Well, St. Leo has brought a big contingent.
No good. Ulrich with the miss.
And Tampa
they
has responded
well. Yes.
with a nice crowd tonight
Ingram
as well.
from deep. Spartans on the board. Way to go, Julia.
Well, Julia Ingram is going to be very important tonight because they're going to double down every time they go to LaShayla Wright-Ponder or Doreen Hugs. And that's going to leave an outside shooter wide open. And Julia Ingram has kind of shown a lack of interest in shooting her shot, the three. Great to see her come out and shoot first time right away.
I think she just deferred to so many other good scorers on this team, and she just didn't think that was her role. Tom Jesse said, that is your role.
And he told her, be ready tonight. We need you tonight.
Spartans on the board, 3-0. Nudge. Looking, finds Sullivan. Traveled. Kind of slid a little bit, trying to get her position.
Trying to do a little bit of a crossover move there, but didn't get the ball down before she slid her feet. A noisy gym, and actually about a half hour before the game started, both teams, players on both teams, were just yelling at the top.
That was an hour before.
Oh, an hour.
It really was.
An hour before the game, screaming at the top of their lungs.
Nobody else in here but you and me and the teams.
It was so noisy, I had to put the headphones on to try to block out the noise.
They were having a shouting match.
Yeah.
Nothing bad, just cheers.
And they were all smiling.
Yeah,
both ends, just
cheers.
smiling.
that old cheer, I've got spirit, how about you kind of thing going on.
It was pretty cool to see.
Ulrich, the drive, Nudge knocks it away. She got her own board, and boy, Nudge went straight up but gets called for the foul.
Well, it was a nice job of drawing the contact by Ulrich. Tom Jesse's saying, look, to your point, Jack, he said she had her hands straight up and didn't move. The contact was drawn, though, by Ulrich, and she goes to the line. You said she gets to the line a lot, and here she is, just that fast.
Though Gallagher's actually shot more free throws than her.
Yeah.
She shot 151, made 120. That's 80%.
Yeah.
Missed that one.
The difference is Gallagher's only a 58% shooter, so even though she shot more, that's not necessarily a good thing.
She shot about 50 more, but made 15 less.
Yeah, interesting. It's going to be a very hard-fought game, and I think the shot clock did not start.
Yep. Come on, Gil.
And maybe the game clock as well. Anyway, I think it's going to be a game that goes down to the final minute. Will it be a last-second kind of game? It could be, but I think we're going to have a hard-fought battle.
Competitive all the way.
All the way. I really think so.
The Spartans dispatched Embry-Riddle pretty quickly on Tuesday. 22-17 at the quarter, but Spartans then were up by about 20 at half. LaShayla Wright-Ponder inside.
Well, it's going to be up to the St. Leo Lions to try to stop the big two. The two first all-conference players, Wright-Ponder and Nudge. It's a double low post on many occasions, and they play 4 guards. You talked about their size. St. Leo is not big. They play basically 4 guards. And it's a tough matchup for them. They'll double down. They'll try to show a lot of different looks on defense, but it's going to be up to them to try to keep those 2 big, strong Tampa Spartans away from the basket.
Nudge inside. The arc knocks it down. That is just an automatic shot it's become this year.
And this is what she really did work on over last summer. She expanded her game from being a low post only player to shooting 15 to 17 footers with tremendous accuracy.
Up top, that's Ulrich. Hands off to Button. She has to get out of there.
Button's a 45% shooter from deep. 45%, and she shot 120 of them.
Ulrich missing. Spartans are getting what they wanted to start this game, and it's a good, fast start.
Not the start Anthony Cressida was hoping for.
Oh, Nudge, in and out. That was actually in and out and in and out.
Yes, it was. Now, St. Leo will take it off the rim and start heading the other way in transition. Tom Jesse says we have got to get back on defense because they will be running.
St. Leo 0 for 7 out of the gate. Just a free throw from Ulrich. That's Nelson for the Spartans looking for the pick from Wright-Ponder. Gets it, tries to drive, fouled on the way up, and almost threw it in the bucket.
Chris Nelson, the only senior on this Tampa team. It's still a young team that's very, very good. They win 19 games in the regular season in conference, which is the most ever in Sunshine State Conference play. Rollins had a 16-0 season for the best percentage, the first undefeated season, or the best undefeated
That would have
season.
been before they added Embry-Riddle and Nova Southeastern and up the conference schedule.
And again, Tampa lost its 19th game of the season. They were 18-0 before losing at home to Florida Southern.
At this point, I don't see any residual effects, negative, from that loss. They came back and beat Lynn to close out the conference season, and then a resounding 40-point win over Embry-Riddle. Well, Wright-Ponder just dumped Gallagher on her butt.
It was pretty physical down there.
To the point that Gallagher got a foul. No, I think, Wright-Ponder did get the foul.
Wright-Ponder got the foul. But it was interesting. They were banging on each other, and only after Gallagher fell down was the foul called. They've been banging on each other for about 3 or 4 seconds.
Here's that matchup again. They go outside, though. Again, back in the middle. Travel. 8-1, Spartans lead, 5:47 left in the first quarter. Jack Ike, Scott Lynn. You can just tell the intensity is a little bit, I shouldn't even say a little bit, is a lot higher. Nelson. Ingram looking to shoot. Won't go.
She was calling for the ball that time.
Yep.
She was spotted up. It actually got to her a little bit late.
Yeah.
They could have zipped it around a bit faster.
Knocking that one down, though.
Button.
Brierly. No, Button.
It was
yes.
Button. So Button was...
Got my 33 mixed up with my 22.
Yeah, 54 of 120 during the season, 45%. That's volume and percentage. Good stuff.
8-3. Sullivan on the drive. Got a long ways.
Yeah, so that was just a long two, I guess, wasn't it?
Okay. Yes.
Because there was the made free throw earlier. Must have been just inside the line.
Notice Orach guarded by Doreen Hugs. A big matchup. She backs off for a three and hits it. Dory went under the pick that time. Orach said, "You know, let me have it. I'm going to take it." Makes it 8-6. So what was an 8-1 start has been nipped a little bit in the bud.
So now Orach has 54 made threes, the same number as Alex Button. So they are both very proficient.
Nudge rattles it home. She's feeling comfortable out there. 2 of 3 from the field, 4 points, 10-6 Spartan lead.
Anthony Cressito, New Yorker. You mentioned all the recruits he has from New York, Orach and others. You can understand why. You talk to him for a while, you just feel like you're talking to some like Brooklyn Nets coach.
If I go back in the Wayback Machine, he might be doing what Al McGuire did at Marquette. He had an underground railroad to New York City. Right Ponder couldn't get it over the rim. Sullivan was waiting in the wings there, could not get the steal.
And a good defense that time by Gallagher. And again, that's not a surprise. She was the Conference Player of the Year defensively. Second team All-Sunshine State Conference, but the first St. Leo player ever to win Defensive Player of the Year honors.
Backing off, Brierly hits it. Boy, she got nudged backing up.
Dory says she was pushed.
Yeah.
That she maybe threw out the arm, but the official shook his head, said nope.
10-8.
And Anthony Cressito is inciting the crowd to get louder still.
Yeah, Sullivan from deep knocks it home. We got a barn burner.
Going to be like this all night. This is the semifinals of the conference tournament. These two teams are just 2 wins away from an NCAA tournament berth automatically. Tampa's probably in regardless after their fine regular season, but St. Leo knows it must win.
That's Ulrich from way deep. Right Ponder takes it down. 2.5 to go first quarter.
Is this fun or what?
So far, so good. This, you know what? This definitely has the tournament feel to it.
This is the most boisterous a crowd has been inside the Bob Martinez Athletics Center. St. Leo crowd is bringing it.
And we know St. Leo travels well with Dade City, being the local community. You see that in St. Leo and you see it in Florida Southern with Lakeland. They're the 2 campuses in the conference where they are really associated with the community.
Yeah.
Tampa's such a metro campus. You get you get a block away, and they might not know UT exists here.
Exactly.
It's just professionals going to work.
So many things, and so many things to do sports-wise or entertainment-wise.
Yeah.
The Strass Center is just right next door. The Jersey boys are going to be on here.
Yeah.
They're coming back to town.
Yep. Amalie Arena close by.
The Lightning are playing tonight at home. If they win, I get the Chick-fil-A free tomorrow. I got the app.
You got like 5 free meals the other day, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. I'm a big fan of the Lightning. And I don't even know if I care about hockey all that much. But they've got Wendy's promotions and Chick-fil-A. I do eat free for a while.
And you are set for a year, right?
I did. I got the Wendy's free breakfast for a year by being one of the first 100 through the drive-thru on the morning they opened up their breakfast line. So I'm retired. I'm on a limited budget, so free is a very good price.
But you were disappointed to find out that it wasn't a meal every day.
They said it was free for a year. And
to me, that's 365 meals.
That's what I thought. But it was 1 a week. 1 a week, 52 weeks.
So you got back in line 7 times.
No. I could have, though. I thought about it.
Julia Ingram up top, 12-8, Tampa.
Aaliyah Abney into the game for Wright Ponder, so they're going a little smaller.
Ingram from deep.
She is looking to shoot tonight. Now, she was benched at the last home game. That was the first time, but actually the last two games. The last game of the season at Lynn, apparently she came out early as well.
Because she wasn't looking to shoot.
Yes,
right?
because she was not looking to shoot. Julia Ingram led the conference in minutes played, almost 38 minutes a game. That game the other day, she only played like 2 minutes in the first half. And not much in the second either.
Missed rebound, though, Brierly. She takes it out.
Shot clock did reset. It just not tipped the rim.
Well, as a matter of fact, you and I called it with Julia Ingram on Tuesday when she passed up a shot and came out, and we noticed like she didn't miss a D, and I said, we think because she didn't shoot.
And Tom Jesse today told me that's exactly why he pulled her out. He goes, that is what she brings to this team. Great shooting. If she's
so does Abney.
Yeah. Abney has been on fire, especially in three-point range. The last 6 games, she's shooting about 50% or better, I think, over the last 6 games. So she has been terrific lately.
You know, as good as Wright Ponder is, first team all-conference, this may be the best lineup the Spartans have for this game.
For this game, I agree with you, especially because Ingram is looking to shoot. If she wasn't looking to shoot, you could make it the case that maybe Abney is in for Ingram.
Because Wright Ponder will work her tail off and get you. She's almost a walking double-double. Nudge to Nelson.
I'm sorry, Jack. Tampa's not deep. They only really play 6. Maybe 7, but 6, really.
Travel. Wasn't sure which way to go with it and slid the foot.
You might also see a 7th player, second off the bench. Maya Justo has gotten a little time at the backup point guard spot for Chris Nelson.
Terry Battle's been getting more minutes, but more just to give somebody a breather.
Yeah, but for the significant minutes, Tampa had 4 players among the SSC leaders in minutes played.
30 plus.
Yeah, that tells you a lot.
Driving the lane, Button plows into Dory, and I think Dory may have picked up a second foul.
She did, and Tom Jesse just walked halfway to Ybor City behind the bench. Well, a lot of times you will see, even if there was some movement there, you'll see because the shoulder was lowered, you'll see the offensive foul called, but that's not what happened there.
And I got to give credit to whichever referee this is. It's either Jessica Walter or Alexis Perez, because it's not Ray Lewis, who's letting Tom Jesse give her an earful.
Yeah.
And she walked right over and let him say his piece.
Well, Button made a strong move. Again, she lowered the shoulder. That's why you thought the call was going to go the other way. But Nudge picks up her second foul. That's a little dangerous for Tampa when she goes to the bench. Especially if there's a low post double team. She's the best distributor of the basketball to kick the ball out of a double team.
And she can help break the press. End of the quarter, 18-10. Good quarter for Tampa. Tampa comes out blazing, shooting 6 of 11, 64% from the floor. St. Leo just 3 of 15, though they were 0 for 7 at one point, so they did right the ship a little bit there. But it's 18-10. Tampa leading at the end of the first quarter. Ingram with 6 on a couple three-pointers. Doreen Hugs with 4 are the top 2 for Tampa. On the other side, not a lot of points going around there, as Ulrich has 4 and also Button has 4, and the only other person to score is Brierly.
Well, I do want to take just a moment here to give out a shout to someone. We did this during the regular season game here in Tampa. We want to do it again. Anthony Crescito's mother and father are watching the game up in Long Island today. They watch every game, and we gave a big shout out to his dad, Bill, last time. He's 86 years old, Korean War veteran.
Wow.
And we appreciate the fact that he said that we did a good job, Jack. So he told Anthony, he gave us good reviews.
That's the 3rd person this year.
And the first, we didn't have to pay to say something like that.
My mom said it, but...
Well, okay. Well, I paid her.
Oh, you did?
But Ann and Bill Crescito are watching tonight in Long Island, and they're going to be celebrating their 64th wedding anniversary next month.
Nice. Congratulations. Isn't that actually pronounced Long Island?
Probably
Long Island, I believe.
Yeah,
the correct pronunciation.
Okay, yeah, you go for it. I'm just trying to get Crescito correct. I'm just working on
that. A buddy in college was from Long Island.
Long Island.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
He corrected me.
Oh, very good.
So I'm assuming it hasn't changed in 95 years. Second quarter underway. 18-10 Tampa. Abney, just short. Dory gets the rebound, puts it up too hard. Gallagher took it from her. There might be gambling here with Dory having 2 fouls with Wright Ponder available, or Battle, or Popovich.
Well, I think the key is she's such an important part of the offense. I mean, it's important that she doesn't get a foul at the defensive end.
And I think Tom's going on the assumption she's one of the smartest players on the team.
Right.
And will know how to avoid that foul if at all possible.
Boy, O'Shaughnessy just threw one up and in. That was a nice shot.
18-12, 1 minute into the quarter. Cheerleaders for both teams are here. Fans cheering. The good things. We have to raise our voices to be heard tonight.
It's a good thing we got the good headsets where we can actually hear each other tonight.
Otherwise, you'd be talking, I'd be talking at the same time. Nelson from deep. Side of the rim, no good. Ulrich quickly down court. 3 on the way. Back of the rim. Ingram with a pretty good box out there. Got it away from Button. Deals over to Abney. She looks for 3. Won't go. Sullivan over the back, though. That's one of those almost automatic calls.
Yeah, it is, and she didn't like it because she felt like she was taller and went up and got the ball, but she was over the back.
Yeah.
There's just no question, and it is going to be a call that is made almost every time.
Ulrich brings it up.
Sullivan, by the way, a fiery player, emotional player, but very talented player.
She is.
She can create off the dribble. She does a lot of great things on defense. She can rebound, pass the ball. Second team all SSC. I guess that tells you all you need to know. And I'll tell you what, Julia Ingram has come to play tonight.
Yeah, good D there. Would not let Brierly get to the rim. She is from Palm Harbor University High School, where my daughter goes to school. And my wife and I had a meeting today with counselor, assistant principal, and one other person. Nice drive, Dory. Mentioned doing the game tonight, and they're like, Julia Ingram, one of the greatest kids to ever come out of this high school, and she's going to succeed in life.
Yeah, she is, absolutely. We've had a chance to talk to her a couple of times through the year, last year and this year. She's just a remarkably sweet, and you can tell she's got a lot of things going her way.
Yep.
Great young lady.
Coming out of high school, she led Pinellas County in scoring. Deep 3, no good. Abney with the board. Spartans by 8. Abney still running. Dishes it off, but before she dished it off, I don't know if she was looking to shoot and got her arm caught and tried to dish back.
Well, she said the defensive player grabbed her arm. I agree with the official. I think that was, if so, I think might have got the ball, maybe. In any case, Ulrich was just out for a moment, I think, right?
Yes.
Back in
substitution
now.
Number 12 coming in is Montia Moon, 5'5" guard, amazingly from New York.
Yeah.
Baldwin, New York. We see teams with a lot of an international flair, might be from 6 or 7 countries. There's a foul called.
Offensive foul down low. I think it was on Gallagher, was it not? Or was it on Moon? It was on Gallagher, her first.
5 players from the New York area.
Brierly's from England. Tamara Shash is from Cairo, Egypt. That's the international flavor on the Lions.
Ingram from deep. Back of the rim. Got her own rebound, though. Abney launches one. Front of the rim. Stolen by Abney. To Wright Ponder, and she knocks it home. So she did come in for Doreen Hugs at the last timeout, or stoppage of play anyway.
Well, Aaliyah Abney really creates a lot of spark off the bench. She is an energetic player. When she's in the game, Tampa gets up and goes. They're on the run. It's a faster-paced game when Abney's in, and you saw at that time, even though they were just in half-court offense.
We've seen that. That's about the fourth time today somebody has tried to stop, and their pivot foot just dragged along the ground.
Wonder if
a couple of weeks ago, the traveling call we saw time and time again was the left-right start before you dribble.
Right, exactly.
Which is a great move if nobody sees you. Inside to right Ponder, back out. They swing it. Abney bounces it out to Nelson. Skip pass to Abney. She's going to launch it. Looks good from here. No. Sullivan fights for it, gets it.
Well, and she's lucky she didn't get another over the back on that one.
Nelson from deep. Gives a big shout out. Must have some fans here because she gave a big. For a second, I thought she was pointing at me, but
yeah, the officials let them play on that, and that's good. I mean, this is tournament time. You really should let them play. Let them bang a little bit.
Orach. Double teamed on her way in. Nice job by Wright Ponder to not go for the fake. Moon drives off the glass, rattles away, and Ingram rebounds. That's 4 rebounds for Ingram already. She actually leads the team in boards right now. Inside to Sullivan. A high post. Turns, fades away, knocks it in. Spartans by 13. No, make it 15. They have more than doubled St. Leo early in this game.
Well, and one of the problems is St. Leo just not shooting well. 4 of 20, 20%. This is what they do. They're good three-point shooters. They're good getting to the basket.
Nice drive by Orach.
Yeah, and you can see what she can do. SSC Freshman of the Year, second team All-SSC, and the SSC All-Newcomer team. She's an honored freshman, to be sure.
That time it looked like Chris Nelson said, I'm going to let you drive. If you make it, you make it. I'm not going to make it easy, but I'm not going to try to block your shot. There's a steal.
Well, and there Sullivan dribbled into a triple team.
Orach off the glass, fouled that time by Nelson. 3:51 to go until halftime.
Even though the lead is double digits for Tampa, do not expect St. Leo to back down at all. We see Abby Zaitsev is coming in, as well, and Alex Button is coming back in after this timeout. So again, they're trying to keep some fresh bodies out there for the Lions. This game has had playoff intensity.
Yeah.
It really has. And thankfully, the crowd on both sides is large and boisterous.
But right now, the Spartans are 11 of 22. That's 50%. They have made 6 more shots and 3 more threes. So you're looking for the difference in the game. Spartans are shooting really well. 50%. St. Leo shooting only 23%. Now we got a little cheerleader battle going here. Cheerleaders are doing backflip competition during the timeout.
I know.
Here we go at St. Leo. Now it's your turn. And
now it's time for the broadcasters to go out and do their.
Oh, that would have hurt.
Yes, it would. That would not be good.
That would. You just hear things rip. Fortunately, there's no other broadcasters other than Tampa ones here, so we have no competition.
That's right.
For athletic supremacy.
So we win.
Thought maybe Eric Anderson might show up. He's the voice of St. Leo.
He might be sitting in the crowd here tonight. See, Maya Justo is checked in for Chris Nelson at the point guard spot. Talented freshman. Chris Nelson, the only senior on the team.
She did pick up her second foul on that drive, so save her with 4 minutes to go in the half.
Now, Justo is the same kind of player as Sullivan and Abney. Very creative, energetic, a lot of flair to the game. She'll make some mistakes, but she'll also make some amazing plays.
Yes. And she's the heir apparent for point guard next year. Across the timeline, Spartans by 11 right now. Right Ponder, skip pass to Justo. Waits, drives. 8 on the shot clock. Justo, nice little touch pass. Sullivan can't get it to fall.
You can see Justo has a really good sense.
Right Ponder with a big board.
Button, she had an open look. I was almost sure that was going to go down.
Yeah, I was halfway. Just not having the shots fall right now. That can change.
Yeah, it could, and Tampa needs to extend its lead if at all possible.
Tell you what, you get that halftime reset and some strange things can happen. Abney backs deeper, won't hit it. Button quickly up to Orach. Deals it back to Button.
Abney now 1 for 4 from beyond the arc. I'm talking about how great she's been shooting, and all of a sudden she's gone cold since then.
Orach knocking that one down.
You know what? Great three-point shooting. Great shooting can get you back in a hurry, too.
She's got 10.
They're only down 9, single-digit deficit.
She's got half her team's points at this point.
Well, if you joined us late, Amanda Orach is a freshman, but she is something special, averaging 17.3 points a game, team high in assists and steals. She averages about 5 rebounds a game. The last 5 games, she's averaging over 29 points a game. She scored 40 in the regular season finale at Barry, and then 34 against Nova Southeastern in the conference tournament.
Spartans, did they keep the ball? Referee in my way. Oh, a little discussion between Doreen Hugs and Amanda Orach. Little face-to-face discussion. And the referee is going to step in. And
well, I think what they're going to do was there.
Well, I think
there's some moisture on the floor. Maybe is that what they're looking for?
No, they're calming down Orach and Hugs.
Well, this outside official came in. Yeah, he was asking for a mop.
Oh, okay.
The outside official. That's why he stopped the play. But yeah, to your point, there are definitely conversations going on.
So we'll keep a little close eye on that. They don't guard each other unless there's a picking up off a screen.
Orach is 5'7", Nudge is 6'2".
Still looking for moisture. Inside Abney.
Well, that's what she does. She can create off the dribble. She just did a tremendous drive, splitting the defense and going right in and with an easy layup.
Under 2 minutes. Button to Orach.
Gallagher's trying to draw that third foul on Nudge.
And she got the shot to go in. Dory wasn't going to get the foul. She's going to try to make it as tough as possible. The one thing you don't want Dory to do, and I know she gets frustrated sometimes, but she never really lets it affect her game. Justo. Dory, little head fake. Back to Dory. Has it knocked away.
I think Orach reached in, knocked it away, but look
Sullivan
at this.
Rebounded, fighting for it, but taken away again. Gallagher, Orach to the other end, off the glass, a little too hard.
Boy, if she hits that, it's a 7-point game, and that St. Leo crowd is going wild in the final minute of the half.
It was 27-12, so it's an 8-2 difference here with 45 seconds to go. Nudge, little 15-footer from the side, no good. Ingram, good positioning, and got fouled.
The Tampa ball out of bounds, only the second team foul.
That's 5 rebounds for Julia Ingram. Doreen Hugs has passed her for the team lead with 6. 41 seconds to go in the half. Into the lineup for St. Leo, number 15, Tamara Shash. Sullivan, nice little jumper, rattles it home. 31-20.
Shash has size. She's 6'1", sophomore. I mentioned, is from Egypt. By the way, the 5 rebounds is a career high for Julia Ingram, and we're in the first half. Yeah, I think she's come to play.
Yep. Spartans go zone, I believe, for the last possession. They do. 8 on the shot clock. Shash from deep, airballed it into the hands of Gallagher. Got it to roll over. Clock keeps ticking. Spartans want to get that shot. They've got 3 seconds. See if they can put one up from half court. Abney, a runner, hits the rim, bounces away. We've reached halftime with a 9-point game. Spartans had an 8-point lead at the end of the first quarter, a 15-point lead early in the game, but now it's a 31-22 halftime lead. And again, this has an intensity as we want it to be.
Well, Anthony Cressito is working the officials right now as he's heading to the locker room. Tom Jesse's already done his part before he headed to the locker room as well. Neither coach very happy with the officiating, but I think it's been pretty well officiated. It's been a high energy, very intense game, a lot of high energy. Bottom line here, Anthony Cressito is going to go into his team and say, guys, you're shooting poorly. You just need to knock down some shots. Take a deep breath, relax, just shoot your normal shot. They're 1 of 7 from beyond the arc, correct?
Yes.
Is that right? And then 7 of 26, 27% from the field. You cannot expect the Lions to shoot that poorly in the second half.
No.
They will make adjustments. They will come out, and it'll be, from a Tampa perspective, it'll be up to Tom Jesse and Caitlin Mittrick, Bistro, to have their players ready to hold off a strong charge, because St. Leo is coming and their season is on the line.
Spartan scoring very balanced. Ingram and Nudge with 6, Abney with 5, Sullivan 4, Nelson with 4, and Wright Ponder with 4. On the other side, out of the 22 for St. Leo, Ulrich has 10 of them, Button with 4, and then Brierly, O'Shaughnessy, Gallagher with 2. We're going to step out. We'll come back just before the start of the second half. Jack Ike, Scott Lynn, you're watching right here on TampaSpartans.tv and the Sunshine State Digital Network.
in 1889, St. Leo is the fourth largest Catholic university in the United States and currently serves more than 14,000 students. They study at its university campus in Greater Tampa Bay, through its online programs, and at more than 40 teaching locations in 7 states, boasting small class sizes, academic excellence, and state-of-the-art technology. St. Leo is a thriving community you definitely want to be a part of.
This is the University of Tampa. Explore your dreams, discover your talents, get ready to invent, innovate, and be a leader. This is the University of Tampa.
Leo 22 at the half.
The winner of this game will play Sunday afternoon against the winner of the Florida Southern at Eckerd game that's being played tonight in St. Petersburg. At halftime, Eckerd leads 43-22, a 21-point lead for the Tritons. Wow, they had double overtime just to get to that game.
Yeah.
Barry took them to double OT.
Yeah, that was a 2-7 game, and now the 2-3 game.
Yeah, but Eckerd looking good on their home floor tonight. So if it stays, if the scores were to end the way it is now, and we got a long way to go both places, obviously, but if it were to end this way, you'd have the 1-seed Tampa hosting Sunday afternoon against the 2-seed Eckerd. But, again, a long way to go.
All right, 31-22 here. Spartans led 18-10 at the end of the first quarter. Opened up a 15-point lead at one point in the second quarter. But St. Leo has cut it down to single digits. And, Scott, as we both mentioned, St. Leo shot about 25% for the half. Spartans were hovering near 50%, just one basket short of 50%. But if St. Leo just can hit a decent amount of shots.
Yeah, and they're 36% on the season from beyond the arc. 36%. And again, they shoot a lot of shots, so only 43% from the floor. That's not a really high team field goal percentage. But they are a better three-point shooting team than we saw in the first half. They only made one. 7. Yeah, only made one. I suspect that they will come out and knock down some threes, and it's going to get real loud in here.
We have a good crowd on both sides.
Absolutely.
St. Leo travels well. The Spartan faithful are out as well. Spartans send out. They are almost the original starting lineup, but it's Aaliyah Abney in for Lashayla Wright Ponder. And that, as we said, is a matchup situation that Tom Jesse just says we have to do it. They have 4-guard offense, and so we have to do that just to combat their speed and quickness. So it'll be Aaliyah Abney, Melia Sullivan, Chris Nelson, Doreen Hugs, and Julia Ingram.
Now, Doreen Hugs on the halftime stats we received has only one foul according to the stats.
They've changed it. It was 2.
It was 2.
I'm telling you it was.
I absolutely agree with you, and I think it was 2. I mean,
but maybe they over there knew it was only 1.
Right.
And so we were in panic mode. Button, and on the board with a 2.
They're going to come out shooting. They're going to come out focused, and they're going to play with great sense of urgency. St. Leo is not out of this game. They're only down 7 right now.
Spartans in the red. St. Leo in the green and gold. Sullivan looking, skip pass. Inside to Dory. Dory Hugs with the ball. Looks to drive. Kicks it back out to Nelson. Launches a 3. No good. Orach, leading scorer on the day for both teams with 10.
That time, instead of going for the offensive rebound, Doreen Hugs started to hustle back for transition defense, so there was nobody from Tampa for that long rebound.
Orach looking to get past Nelson. Nelson makes it hard. Gallagher inside, knocks Nudge to the floor, misses it, gets her own rebound, misses again, and Abney is going to be called for the foul. And once again, I got to say, I think she held her ground and went straight up.
And that is what Tom Jesse is saying to the officials.
And you and I will call it the way we see it. I mean, we don't have red goggles on all the time.
By the way, we should mention that the SSC commissioner is in the house. Ed Pasquet is here tonight.
Good to see him.
Enjoyed working with him through the years.
Yeah.
Robert Renicky, obviously associate commissioner. We always like to talk to him on Twitter, if nothing else.
He gave us kudos the other day, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. I don't know if he's done that tonight. I should check Twitter.
Yeah, see what he thinks.
I'll see if Robert's given us any love.
Yeah. It's a 5-point game, folks. Hasn't been this close for a while, since halfway through the first quarter. Dory, double team, bounces it out. Abney for 3, no good. And the St. Leo faithful can sense that a bucket here will get them all to their feet and going crazy. Ulrich leaning in for the free throw line and hits.
Well, we thought this would happen. We said coming out of the locker room at halftime, St. Leo will have adjusted. They would play with urgency, and boy, are they. It's a one-possession game.
31-28. Inside, Dory lays it over the rim, no good. A three can tie it. Orach capable of doing that. So is this person, Gallagher. Feeds Button. Inside to Gallagher, guarded by Doreen Hugs. Nudge goes straight up. Ball goes out of bounds. No, stays in bounds to Ingram.
Nice play by Ingram. That ball was actually stolen. It was recovered initially by the St. Leo player.
Nudge drives. Got it to roll down. First bucket of the half for the Spartans. Took 2.5 minutes. 33-28.
We should mention Jimmy John's was named the presenting sponsor of the SSC basketball championships.
Orach, boy, just trying to take over at this point.
Oh.
She came down hard. I don't know if she just slipped there or what, but she came down hard on the layup.
Yeah, I think she just tripped, just stumbled, and she got up with a little bit of a wry smile on her face.
Like, sorry about that, folks.
Yeah.
33-30. Sullivan, Nelson, Ingram, out to Sullivan. Won't go.
Well, I'll tell you what, there is no inside game right now for the Spartans. They've gone to the perimeter shooting, and the shots are not dropping.
Gallagher tracks that one down. Orach from deep. We're tied. And Tom Jesse calls a timeout as off and running here in the second half on a big run. Let me add it all up here. 31-22. Spartans have been outscored 11-2 in the half. It took them 3 minutes and 32 seconds to tie it up.
Well, not a surprise. And if anybody on that Tampa bench is surprised, they didn't know what was coming from St. Leo, because St. Leo is well coached, and they are determined, and they are playing good basketball right now. And again, they only were down at halftime because they weren't shooting well.
Yes, they're 4 of 5 this half. Spartans are at the other end now, 1 of 5. I thought maybe he'd go back to LaShayla Wright Ponder.
Well, and you wonder if that might not happen, because right now they're trading perimeter shots.
Yeah.
And St. Leo's making them. Tampa is not.
And Doreen Hugs is getting double or triple teamed every time she touches the ball, and then the perimeter shots aren't falling. They may start fall. They did in the first half, but he might look at the double post again.
Staying with the guards at this point, and Doreen Hugs in the post. So now, how will Tampa respond? We've talked about how St. Leo would respond coming out of the locker room at halftime. They did exactly what you and I thought they would do. Come out with a sense of urgency. They've managed to tie it after this 11-2 run. Now, what will Tampa do now that it's a game again?
Tampa had a 27-12 lead, a 15-point lead. Nelson for 3. No. Sullivan rebounds and got fouled looking to drive. Since it was 27-12, and I don't have what time that happened, it was partway through the second quarter, Tampa's been outscored 21-6.
With 4:42 left in the half. It's 27-12.
Yeah. Okay. So about halfway through the second quarter. Out to Ingram. Gets it after almost tipped.
I'll tell you what, Casey O'Shaughnessy has some length, and she's a disruptor on defense. She's not doing a lot from the offensive end. That's not what she's being asked to do. She's causing a lot of problems for Tampa.
Abney off the glass, but they call it travel first. And now St. Leo with a chance to take the lead for the first time tonight.
Well, they've got some pep in their step, don't they?
Yes. Spartans went out to a 7-1 lead and haven't ever trailed in this game. Julia Ingram hit a 3 on the first possession to make it 3-zip. St. Leo made it 3-1, but then Tampa just kept scoring. things have changed. Gallagher drives on Nudge, just plowed her over and gets called for the travel. That time Doreen did the old pull the chair out trick.
She just kept walking backwards and eventually.
Usually it's when somebody has their back to you that you pull the chair out, but that one worked just as well for Tampa.
She was anticipating contact. Yeah. It just wasn't there.
So it stays a tie game. Sullivan, they swing it. Into Nudge. Ingram. 5 on the shot clock now. Sullivan, jumper, knocks it down. That's huge.
Well, she plays with great confidence. She shot that with confidence. She knew what the time was, knew that the clock was ticking down. She rose up and shot it in form.
Spartans back up by 2. Orach, 17 points. Won't go there. Taken away by Aaliyah Abney. She does not have numbers, but she pulls up in the lane and knocks it down. It was a 2-on-3, so the numbers weren't terrible, and nobody stopped her. Stolen by Sullivan. Does she get it back? Goes to the ground for it. No, recovered by St. Leo.
Good hustle by Button to get that ball.
No real change of possession, so the shot clock is still working its way down. It's at 12.
Brierly working here, huh?
Yep. 5 on the shot clock. O'Shaughnessy into Brierly. 3, 2, off the glass and in. Big shot there. And a stoppage of play. I'm not sure who called it, but Tom Jesse. I think he's saying there was 3 seconds there.
3 seconds in the lane is what he's talking about. That she was posted up in there for a long time, and she was. Yeah. She had the ball in there, kicked it out, stayed in the lane, posted up Ingram, and then got the ball back and then scored. She had to be in there 5 or 6 seconds. And I think, again, rightly, Tom Jesse and Caitlin Mitrick are questioning why that wasn't called.
Yep. 37-35 with 3:59 to go in the quarter.
You can't get everything. I mean, hey, the people wearing those striped shirts, they do the best they can, and sometimes they'll miss something. On both sides, mind you, on both sides.
And I don't know officiating enough to say if one or the other of the 3, that's their job, or they're all should be looking at that. I know they each have certain posts they stake out when they come down the court.
We do have, again tonight, as we did in the first game of this SSC tournament, a replay official sitting at the scorer's table from the Sunshine State Conference. If it comes down to possession late in the game and the final couple minutes, I think they can go to this. They'll actually look at our stream, I believe, and see if they can get a better angle and to help the officials who will make the call on the floor.
Full court pressure from St. Leo.
Well, we've seen it a few times. Tampa's been able to beat it, but it has caused them some trouble.
They also brought back in Tamara Shash to bring a little length to the press.
Shash will now go down and defend Dory Nudge.
Nice move by Dory. Boy, she got hit, and she did. She'll go to the line. This will be her first trip to the line, if I'm not mistaken. Yes.
And that's really unusual.
Yeah.
159 attempts in 26 games. Tops on the team by far. Like 3 times as many as most everyone else.
She's a 76% free throw shooter. Knocks it down. Averages 6 a game. 6 shots a game. Makes 4, a little over 4.5. Hit them both. 39-35, 3:40 to go. Button up top, guarded by Sullivan. Ulrich guarded by Nelson. O'Shaughnessy knocks it down. You said she doesn't shoot much, but she looked good there. It's a 2.
It was only a 2-pointer, right? Yeah. But she is a good percentage shooter, 41% from beyond the arc.
Dory inside. Nelson in and out.
Well, she might have been bumped, but she also might have traveled.
I thought
think both of those things
it.
happened.
Yes.
There was no whistle.
Orach missing it. She tries to go over Nelson, and I think she tipped it out of bounds.
It's a foul on Orach.
It is a foul, okay. That will be just her first.
Not many fouls called in this game.
No.
So nobody in foul trouble. Couple players with 2 for Tampa. 1 player for 2 for St. Leo.
Zone from St. Leo. Abney won't go. Quickly the other way. O'Shaughnessy tries to drive by. Stolen by Nudge. He tried to drive by Abney. And then she steals it back, but Nelson gets it back. Boy, it's aggressive out there.
Well, and Dory just did not even think about the player coming from behind that she'd just taken the ball from. And O'Shaughnessy just came and took it away from her momentarily. Tampa fortunate to hang on to it.
Again, back in a zone for St. Leo. Inside, Abney fades away, a little hard. Tipped away, and Doreen Hugs recovers, gets it to Sullivan. Sullivan drives, and I think it's a charge, yeah. Pretty good position there under the basket. Sullivan's first foul. On my book, it says that's her first. On the scoreboard, it says her second. So, 1 or 2. Who's counting? Under 2 minutes to go. Clock counting down.
A 3 here gives them their first lead of the night.
Foul on Ingram. She tried to get the hand up to block that one, but it will send Brierly to the line.
Well, the third quarter has definitely gone the way Anthony Cressida wants it to go. A 15-8 quarter to this point, and a chance right here with 2 free throws to tie it up with a $1:43 left in the third.
It was tied at 33. Tampa picked up a couple buckets to get back in the lead. First free throw is off. Second free throw is good. 1-point game.
Well, and if that had not gone in, it would have been a violation, lane violation, because Abney was already in there blocking out well before the shot was attempted.
Minute and a half to go, third quarter. Ooh, ill-advised pass, but Nelson able to get her hand on it. Nelson for 3. Again, it just won't fall right now for the Spartans. And you know, I tell you what, that halftime reset just plays crazy things with the game of basketball. One team's hot, the other's not. You go into halftime and it just flip-flops. Steal by Abney, taken by Sullivan. She's going to try to drive all the way, lays it up, and it won't go. Under a minute to go, first third quarter. Brierly drives and puts it in, and it's a 40-39 lead. First lead of the game for St. Leo with 48 seconds to go at the time.
Anthony Cressida is saying defense, defense. He's literally leading the cheers.
Yes. Into Nudge, they double team her immediately. Nelson out to Abney, a 3 on the way. Won't go. Spartans are only getting one person, and that's Doreen Hugs in the lane on shots right now.
Well, and they're settling for three-point shots.
Yeah.
And they're not hitting them, just like St. Leo didn't in the first half. It's not a good recipe at the moment.
3 seconds until the half. Orach from deep. No good. We're going to go to the fourth quarter with St. Leo in the lead by 1 over Tampa, 40-39.
Well, how about that, huh? Totally a turnaround from what we saw in the first half.
An 18-8 swing in the quarter.
I believe that St. Leo shot around 65, 70% in the quarter.
Yeah.
We'll get the updated numbers here in just a moment.
Spartans 3 for 11 in the quarter. The Spartans have been in this situation before, and they've handled it. They're an experienced team. But as you said, St. Leo wants to play NCAA tournament basketball. Has to keep winning.
They made 6 of their last 8 field goal attempts, while Tampa was 0 of its last 6. 0 for 6, 2 of its last 10. The scoring drops 3 minutes and 39 seconds for Tampa right now. By the way, in St. Petersburg, still a sizable Eckerd lead. 3:21 left in the third. It is Eckerd 54, Florida Southern 36.
Wow. And you got to think somebody sitting over at Eckerd doing the game puts this game on the tablet, goes, oh.
Look what's happening over there in Tampa tonight. Again, their winner plays this winner Sunday. If Tampa wins, it's here. If Tampa does not, it will be at Eckerd in all likelihood, the way the score stands right now anyway, either Eckerd or Florida Southern. So Anthony Cressida knows his team must win on the road tonight and on Sunday.
All right, final 10 underway. St. Leo by 1. Inside to Abney. Bounce pass to Sullivan. Off the glass and in. Tampa back on top by 1, 41-40. Sullivan now with 10 points on today.
Well, I have to believe Tom Jesse said, look, we've taken enough shots in the third quarter. They weren't going, let's work the ball inside. You'll either get fouled or you'll get a basket.
Brierly drives. Foul on Ingram on the floor.
A little hand check on the drive.
Second on Ingram. Brierly, top of the key, shoots, in and out. Spartans come back. 9:15 to go in the game. Tampa by 1. Jack Ike, Scott Lynn with the call today. Abney off the glass, won't go. Nudge fights for it, but taken away by Orach. She skips it off to the side. Brierly. Holding it up top. Looking, goes to the corner to O'Shaughnessy. Back to Brierly. Plenty of time. 10 now on the shot clock. Ulrich guarded by Nelson. It comes off a pick. Looks, leans in, puts it up, in and out, tipped. Ingram gets it for Tampa. To Abney. Back out. Inside to Doreen Hugs. Immediate double team to Melia Sullivan. Little 10-foot jumper and in. I tell you what, that shot goes about 10 and a half feet off the ground.
Yeah, not a lot of arc on it. It's not a teardrop, it's a line drive.
Right.
She line-drived it right through that time.
But that's her shot. Spartans by 3 with 8 minutes to go. Sullivan now with 12 to lead the Spartans. O'Shaughnessy on the drive, tipped by Abney, and I thought it might have hit O'Shaughnessy as she kept going, but they say no. Ulrich to inbound under the bucket. Goes up top to O'Shaughnessy. Looked like she wanted to shoot. Drives, pulls up, free throw line, hits. And a quick timeout by St. Leo.
That allows them to set up full court pressure, maybe get a steal and a go-ahead basket.
43-42. 1-point game, 7:48 left. Well, you called it. I guess we both sensed it that this was going to be a nail-biter, a wire-to-wire game. You thought maybe with the 15-point lead, the Spartans, not that the Spartans would go in cruise control, but oftentimes they then just kind of put their thumb on the bug at that point. And
right. Well, again, the thing is, St. Leo has been playing at a high level, scoring a lot of points, and certainly Orach has been leading the way, averaging almost 30 points a game the last 5. Scoring 40 and 34 in her last 2 contests.
And she's right at her average right now. She has 17, averages 17.
So, you know, I hate to say they're containing her because she's still getting her points.
Yeah.
But she's been going off for even more. There's still 7:48 left here. Bottom line is, you cannot expect St. Leo to shoot as poorly as they did in the first half.
Yep.
And they've come back strong. They shot 29.6% in the first half from the floor, including 1 of 7 from deep. They're better than that, and we're seeing that. And you knew that they would come out with urgency. Anthony Cressida would not go in and just give him a pat on the back and say, boy, you really played hard. I'm sure he got their attention at halftime.
A little bit of a three-quarter press. Another thing to look at, Tampa has out-rebounded St. Leo 27-24, but St. Leo leads 11-6 on rebounds this half. Nelson had her shot blocked.
Well, and that play was set up in the timeout. It was going to Doreen Hugs up the post, and then the backdoor cut. Nelson was there, but she was blocked from behind.
Oh, there's a nice inbound play to Sullivan. 14 for Melia.
So the last two, even though the first one was blocked out of bounds, and then they come with another set play, I'd much rather see that than we've seen much of the third quarter. I mean, the third quarter, they were settling for the three-point shots, quick in the shot clock. They have to have some patience. They've got the lead. Now they've got to just play some defense and see what happens.
Oh, knocking down the three. We're tied again. Big shot that time.
It was a 2.
Gallagher. Oh, it's a 2.
I thought it was a 3.
Okay, 45-44, Tampa by 1.
She must have had her heel on the line. I thought that was a 3 as well.
That was Gallagher knocking it down. Inside to Dory. Back out to Sullivan. A little pump fake. And threw it into Doreen Hugs, but a foul is called on the entry pass.
Yeah, I think Nudge's hand or arm was grabbed as the ball was coming in, and that's what drew the whistle. That hasn't been called much tonight. And again, I'm not saying it should or shouldn't, but it's a little different because contact now, is it going to start to become a game that is called much tighter in the final 6:35?
Nelson up top. 6 on the shot clock. Sullivan hits.
That was a tough shot, too. She was fading to her left and had to bring it back and shoot it to the right.
She has 16 now, and the Spartans' lead is 3.
She patted herself on the heart, saying, I've got heart. Well, she does, and it will take heart for either of these teams to come out with a win here tonight.
Brierly from deep. Won't go. Pretty close to going in.
Boy, Abney just a little nonchalant here.
Yeah.
And almost forced an unforced turnover.
Zone again by St. Leo. Into Doreen Hugs. Double team. Nelson gets under. Puts it up and in. Got fouled.
Again, they're using Nelson cutting back door, and the pass comes, and she's able to get to the rim and lay it in. Now, she's not very tall. The last time we saw her shot get blocked from behind, this time she put it up with the left hand and in.
She is an 83% free throw shooter. And the Spartans back up by 6. 50-44. 5:40 to go in the game. Ulrich bounces it to Brierly. Back to Ulrich. A pick for Ulrich. Tries to lay it off the glass and hits and gets fouled by Ingram. They're just calling that every time she drives on Julia Ingram. That is the 3rd on Julia. Ulrich to the free throw line now with 19 points. Make it 20. Full court press. Ingram to Nelson. Spartans try to break it. Sullivan breaks the press on her own. Finds Doreen Hugs. Goes up. Gets fouled and scores. Big play by a big player. And all Dory does is fix her ponytail.
A lot of emotion on both teams out there right now.
guess they messed up her ponytail, so she's got to fix it. She knows how to do that without a mirror.
Got to put the scrunchie in there.
Yeah.
Isn't that what it They're headed to the fourth quarter in St. Petersburg. Eckerd College leading Florida Southern 58-41.
Nudge hits it. Spartans by 6. Dory Nudge with that bucket now with 13. Brierly, or Button, I should say, up top. Finds Orach, guarded by Nelson. This is a better matchup. He's going to try to drive. Dory gets there. Off the glass. No good. Abney races down the other end.
Great help defense by Nudge that time.
Fighting for it, Sullivan and Abney, but holding on to it. Nice job on the rebound by Gallagher.
Great defensive rebound by the defensive player of the year in the conference right there.
I mean, that was big because that lead could have gone up to 8. Stays at 6. O'Shaughnessy doesn't hit it, though. Under 5 now. We're at 4.5. Next dead ball, we'll have a timeout. Spartans by 6. Nudge, free throw line extended. Into a cutting Abney, won't hit it. Couldn't get it to fall. Ulrich quickly the other end. Bounce pass to Brierly. She just plows over Dory Nudge, and it's coming the other way. Got the elbow out, and I think Dory had planted roots by then.
Yeah, Nudge was there, and then the elbow came out. It was an easy call that time.
.408 to go in the quarter, I should say. The fourth quarter. Nudge, free throw line to Nelson. Back to Nudge. Jumper in the lane. Won't go. Got the rebound. Out to Sullivan. Fade away. Good.
Offensive rebound and an assist for Dory Nudge. And boy, Sullivan coming up big.
18 now for Melia Sullivan. She is 9 of 14. 8-point lead for Tampa. Long three. No good. To the ground. Abney gets it. Feeds Nelson. Spartans come back the other way with 3.5 to go.
Big possession right here. From St. Leo's perspective, they need a stop desperately. Otherwise, Tampa will have a double-digit lead.
Nudge does just that.
Turns around with a wide-open look from the left elbow. Didn't see that coming.
10-point lead, 57-47. Ulrich off the glass, won't go. Rebound. Gallagher missed. And in. And a quick timeout called. Anthony Cressito. Cressito with the timeout.
Just under 3 to play. He still has 1 timeout remaining after this timeout.
Spartans have shot much better this quarter. And you know, they're doing exactly what you said, Scott. You got to give up that outside perimeter game and at least take a look inside before you come out.
Yeah, the entire third quarter was nothing but 3-point shots and everything from the perimeter. And give credit to St. Leo, they tightened up the defense, they packed it in. Anytime the ball went in, they basically double or triple or quadruple teamed the ball handler down low, Dory Nudge, in almost every occasion. Wright Ponder hasn't played for a long time because they've decided to go with the guards in the matchup. But what they've done in the fourth is they have brought Dory Nudge up to the free throw line. That's where they're initiating the offense. They'll throw her the basketball. She'll turn and face. She can shoot it if she's open. Most times she's looking for a backdoor cutter from either side, coming flashing down from the wing. And they've gotten some layups as a result of that. Great coaching adjustment by Tom Jesse, Caitlin Mittrick, and Belle Bistro.
So the same 5 who started the half still in. The Spartans have not made any substitutions this half. Got to dance with the one you brung, huh?
Absolutely.
Staying. Now they're going man-to-man. I believe. Nope, they're back. It's a zone. Dory Nudge up top, 10 on the shot clock.
They were just extending the zone out.
Yeah. Nelson's going to drive, kicks it out. Abney from deep, and she knocks it down, and it's an 11-point lead.
She had made her first three-point shot, missed her next 7, but with 2.5 minutes left, she drains one that may be the dagger.
(60-49). What a quarter for the Spartans to rebound after falling behind early. Oh, a nice three-pointer by Gallagher.
Not over yet.
Nope.
Not over yet. 2 minutes still.
Three-quarter court press. Cross the line to Abney. Spartans handle the press well. Have all year. Sullivan, free throw line. Keeps going out to Ingram. Smart play by Ingram there, though. No need to put up a quick shot there. There she puts one up and knocks it down from deep. Shot clock was running down that time, and Julia Ingram popped it in.
Boy, am I happy for that young lady. She'd had a tough couple of games.
That's got to be a charge. No.
Oh, man.
Boy, she put the elbow out and put her down. And Dory's being held away.
Came very close to getting a technical. She went right to the official to complain. She's absolutely right.
Yeah.
That was an elbow that was thrown out, extended. Tom Jesse's almost at the center court line to discuss it as well.
The only reason that it wasn't called is because the official was on the baseline and Dory was blocking the elbow view.
Couldn't see it. Couldn't see the arm come out. Yeah, because it was, from our viewpoint, it was clear that the arm was extended and she elbowed her out of the way. And again, I would say that if it was a Tampa player doing the same thing. So bottom line, Nudge is actually fortunate she didn't get a technical call. Credit to the officials. They let her have her say.
She might have been saying it in Hungarian.
Well, she might have.
So they thought it was a compliment. Just being really loud about it.
I'm sure they thought it was a compliment. You bet. Orach continues to just force Tampa to
She's
take
got
care
22
of the ball.
now. Full court press this time. Nelson looking. Gets it into Abney. They're going to foul now with 1:20 to go. They're at that point. One more foul until the Spartans will be shooting.
Yeah, they had a foul to give, so.
But I'm not sure why they're coming down. Well, that was the 5th. Okay, so it is shooting from this point on.
Right, the scoreboard a little late showing that. So, yes, so 2 free throws for Abney. Abney, a 74% shooter on the season. 77% in conference games.
It's not necessarily a great move to foul the Spartans. I mean, you have to, but they shoot well from the line. We'll see what that does now that I complimented her.
Well, Lee Abney's not had her finest game tonight, but she's played with great energy. She's helped her team out to this 9-point lead. But
and it's 10. She hits that one.
Things haven't gone easily for her tonight.
Yes. Ulrich quickly across the line. 10-point difference. Brierly steps back. She's inside the arc. Misses it. Nelson rebounds. Gets flipped down to the ground by O'Shaughnessy. No damage there.
Free throws coming for Nelson, though, and she's the best free throw shooter on the team for Tampa. So this is a tough moment for the St. Leo Lions. Ann and Bill Cressito watching up in Long Island. The parents of head coach Anthony Cressito. It's been a great season. Again, a record-setting season of sorts for the Lions, who won 10 SSC games this year, the most they've had.
Nelson hits that one. Well, you know, when the Spartans were down at the end of the third quarter, 40-39, I said they've been in this situation before. They do not panic.
They've come up with some big plays.
There was no look of fear in their eyes. It was still determination, play ball.
But there was finally a sense of urgency.
Yes. That was different. They readjusted. Chasing Abney and fouled. 12-point lead, under a minute to go. Now I think St. Leo may see reality setting in. A couple looks on the faces.
Free throws coming here and a chance to extend the lead. Under a minute to play and up 12, maybe up as many as 14 here. I will say this, Jack, that this is a good game for Tampa to have had. As they hope to go deep in the NCAA tournament. They want to go as far as possible, maybe even headed to the Elite Eight. Heck, who knows? Maybe you can win the whole shooting match.
Yep.
But you're going to have some tough games along the way. And for the third time with St. Leo, they've had a tough game.
Need to be tested. Abney hits one of two, 13-point lead. Brierly, they're trying to get it to Orach. Launching one from way deep, in and out. Rebound, Sullivan, foul. She'll go shoot.
And it'll be a procession to the free throw line until Anthony Crescito decides it's enough.
Yep.
If they can come in and hit one more three-point shot at the other end, and they have one timeout remaining, they'll probably take it because then they can set up the full court pressure. But if Sullivan hits a couple here, it's all but over.
Yeah. 14-point lead now on that one. And for Sullivan, who, Scott, if I may suggest, you may want to have her come over here after the game.
So Sullivan. By the way, Doreen Hugs with her 13th double-double of the season here tonight.
Nice shot there. And a quick timeout. (69-57) on the three.
And that's the last timeout for St. Leo. Montia Moon is coming in. We'll see if she's coming in to try to foul, or if she's coming in to try to get a steal here on the inbounds pass. Maybe full court pressure, intense full court pressure now.
You know, Scott, they keep cheering the cheerleaders for doing these flips, and I do that when I get up in the morning.
Do you?
Yeah.
Intentionally, or did you stumble getting out of bed?
All I'm saying is I do that when I get up in the morning.
Oh, okay. All right.
Wish I could.
Not 100% sure, but I believe the game would be at 1 o'clock on Sunday.
That's what we were told.
We were told. I don't know if that's official.
Yeah.
But if Tampa holds on, they will host Sunday afternoon. Eckert it's now a closer game in St. Pete, a 10-point game. Florida Southern pulls within 10, 65-55 with 4:37 remaining.
So that one's in the balance, I would say.
Yep. Florida Southern, I thought it was the most impressive team we saw here in Tampa all season.
Yeah.
But they ran into a buzzsaw tonight in Eckert, who just scored a deuce, so they're up by 12 with 4:21 to play. Meantime, Tampa trying to hold on here.
Ingram knocked away from her, fighting for it out of bounds. And
knocked the scorer's table here.
You were...
I was okay. I was grabbing everything. We got everything. We're good.
You had position.
I did.
You had position, so... You were set.
We're okay.
You were outside the arc.
I was going to catch Montia if she came this way.
You were outside the arc and you had position.
I did. I'm good. I grabbed the monitor. Jerome wondered if I was saving the equipment or my body. We're good. We're good. Good hustle by Montia Moon.
You saved the monitor, and I was trying to hold your chair up so you wouldn't fall.
Thank you.
Doreen Hugs to the free throw line. Missed it.
Well, you've been touting what great free throw shooters.
Yeah, they have not been stellar down the stretch, but they've been hitting enough, and St. Leo hasn't countered with any big buckets to close the gap. Under 30. Brierly drives the lane. Off the glass. Sullivan rips it down. Fouled again.
Sullivan has scored, yes, 20 points. Also, though, 6 rebounds, 5 assists. Again, those are the kind of numbers she has been coming up with seemingly every game here in the second half of the season, and that is one of the reasons she ended up as a second-team All-Sunshine State Conference performer.
So coming out of a timeout, 23.6 seconds to go. There we go. I think when you took the charge, it knocked my stats monitor wacky.
Stats monitor into next week.
Yeah.
It's already showing the score of Sunday's game.
We're not going to tell you.
No.
Oh, now it just disappeared. So I'll have to use yours for the final 20 seconds. Nelson just trying to dribble it out. And Moon with the foul. 17 seconds to go. Tampa's going to get the win.
Well, and again, this is a game that they needed.
Yeah.
They needed a tight, hard-fought game. They were challenged by St. Leo. And the Spartans will head into the SSC championship game Sunday afternoon against Eckerd or Florida Southern.
Nelson hits that one. She's got 10 now.
Last score we had was a 12-point lead for Eckerd with 4 minutes remaining.
Missed that one, but got the rebound and missed it. Got the rebound, smiling as she comes out of the pack with it. Abney holds on to it. O'Shaughnessy trying to foul, saying, please notice me. 4.2 seconds to go.
Well, congratulations, by the way, to St. Leo. This is a team that was in the preseason poll, was picked to finish 10th in the conference out of 11 teams. They did better than that.
Yeah.
They were in the, they made it to the SSC tournament semifinals, and they gave Tampa all they could handle, actually leading heading to the fourth quarter.
The fourth quarter has been the difference. Tampa has outscored them 32-17.
Well, and interestingly, when they played here in the regular season, it was a 27-12 fourth quarter after the score was tied at the end of 3.
2 seconds. Brierly, jumper, ball game. The Tampa Spartans are moving on to the Sunshine State Conference Championship game, and we'll get one more game on the UT home court. It'll be Sunday. We've been told 1 o'clock. We'll see if we can confirm that before we go off the air. Let me recap the scoring. The final score, Tampa 72, St. Leo 57. Melia Sullivan, 20 points for Tampa. Doreen Hugs, 16. Aaliyah Abney with 12. Chris Nelson with 10. Also for Tampa, Julia Ingram, 9 on 3 for 5 for three-point line. And 4 for Wright Ponder. So the Spartans win big. On the other side, Ulrich, she got her points. She averages 17. She scored 22. Gallagher added 16. Tampa, though, came through strong in the fourth quarter. A 33-17 fourth quarter. The St. Leo team acknowledging their fans on a nice season. They travel well, and it was a hearty effort on their part. As the Spartans, though, took care of business in the fourth quarter, as they have done a number of times this year. And we'll see if we can get Melia Sullivan over to talk to us. All right, Melia Sullivan here. Let me congratulate you.
Thank you.
What a great game. I got to tell you, you're fun to watch.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
One of the things I said, you guys went down 40-39 to start the fourth quarter, and I said, this team does not panic. They know what they have to do. You did seem to change and went more of an inside game instead of an outside game,
Yep.
But you guys don't panic. What was the plan for the fourth quarter?
To fight against adversity. Just stay calm. We've been there before. And to fight back. That's all we know.
The reason you're fun to watch is even if someone else makes the basket, you are down there cheering.
A good teammate.
You ended up on the day 20 points, 9 of 14 shooting. It also looked like you decided get inside, get the shots, knock down a jumper, or go to the free throw line.
Yeah. We switched up because they was playing in zone. Mm-hmm. They switched it up from man to zone, so we had to switch our offense. And we took our big out, Shay, and we played small. So we stayed, me and Dory was in the middle, and we played inside out, outside in.
Unfortunately, you didn't get LaShayla Wright-Ponder out there. But Tom Jesse said the matchups may dictate that, and we'll just go with what we have to do.
Yeah, it happens. We got to adjust to whoever we're playing against.
We can tell you that with a minute to go, Eckerd leads Florida Southern 70-58. So
wow.
It looks like Eckerd will be your opponent here on Sunday afternoon.
And we got to prepare. We'll be ready.
And that's a team, let me just ask you this, too. That's a team that twice this season you have trailed by double digits in the second half. So they have something on you, but you seem to overcome it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I don't know what it is, but we was down and we fought against adversity again.
But again, you guys just never seem to panic and just say, we'll just
calm.
Do what we can do.
Yes, sir.
All right, we're going to see you Sunday afternoon. Congratulations.
Yes, Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate you.
Melia Sullivan having a great game for the Tampa Spartans, finishing with 20 points, 6 rebounds, and 5 assists for that matter as well. So just a nice all-around game on her part.
Yeah, absolutely. Really good to see the way Tampa responded in that fourth quarter. Again, you mentioned they've done it all season long. They've had some tight games where they've had to come back. But this one, St. Leo gave them everything they could. And really a terrific challenge, a great third quarter by St. Leo. And that's what they're going to see day in, day out. Now, the rest of the way, because Eckerd's going to come in on Sunday, and it will be that kind of game from the get-go till the final buzzer. I'm almost certain of that. And then you're talking NCAA tournament after that, and you're never going to have an easy one there. So this is a good test for Tampa. And, again, congratulations to St. Leo on their season. They, again, won 10 games in the regular season in the conference schedule. They've never done that before. Anthony Cusito has a very young team. I think only one senior in the roster that was playing tonight. Another player, I think, was injured, another senior. But bottom line is they had a nice season. They gave Tampa 3 different times. They gave Tampa everything it could handle before finally Tampa pulled out the victory. In overtime in St. Leo, and then 2 games where they had to pull away in the fourth quarter here. So congrats to St. Leo, but also congrats to the Tampa Spartans, who now are in the SSC championship game. And, boy, a little cherry on top after the terrific regular season.
Tampa runs its record at 24-4 on the year. St. Leo more than likely finishing with a 15-15 mark. It's always interesting when you see tournaments like this, when one team realizes we've just played our last game of the season. It's always tough, no matter who it is.
It is difficult. And certainly for a senior on that team, it's probably, it's the last game you're ever going to play. Other than, rec league or something.
Ball, more than likely.
Bottom line is it is tough. It's tough to see the season come to an end. Again, that was part of that sense of urgency. St. Leo knew it had to win this game to keep its NCAA tournament hopes alive. Tampa knew probably, we're in. So the urgency might not have really been there quite as much. But in that fourth quarter, Tampa said, you know what? This is our home floor. We have a big crowd. Let's get the same people back here on Sunday, at least from the Tampa side. I don't think any of the St. Leo fans are going to drive
probably
over.
Not.
But anyway, just a terrific atmosphere, great game tonight, and congrats to 2 teams that fought very, very hard here.
All right, final score once again, 72-57. Tampa beating St. Leo. Tampa in the SSC Women's Tournament Championship game Sunday. We were told it was 1 o'clock, but please check the website to confirm that, either the SSC website or the TampaSpartans.com to make sure. But you and I, one more game, we'll do it again and see who gets the gold ball on Sunday afternoon. So for Scott Lynn, this is Jack Ike saying thanks for joining us. You've been watching right here on TampaSpartans.tv and the Sunshine State Digital Network.